pregnant immigrants at risk. Why? Because of federal police, ICE agents. Put it a full mask. Pregnant immigrant mothers and child care workers are hiding themselves in their homes due to the climate of fear caused by the Trump administration's increase in ICE raids and deportations. It's their tactics they are concerned about. Every day, more and more stories are coming to light that talks about the tangible consequences. So here's what happens. This is an extreme anti-immigration policy. We know that, or policies. They are being felt by members of the immigrant community and beyond in cities and states across the entire country. There have been multiple incidents where ICE has been present in hospitals or targeting Latina women outside of care clinics. According to NBC News Los Angeles back in August, Sabrina Medina, a pregnant U.S. citizen, was arrested by ICE agents outside of her maternity clinic who were searching for her undocumented husband, whom she reports having no current contact with at all. Medina says agents roughed her up and pushed her belly against the car. After complaining of abdominal pain, she was taken to the hospital. They could have killed my baby, she said in a quote. Undocumented pregnant mothers are becoming increasingly fearful. Even those who are here under a documented status are fearful of leaving the house and getting prenatal care as they should. One woman, Jacqueline, not pictured here, a Guatemalan immigrant who lacks permanent legal status. She just lacks permanent legal status. Had her husband taken away and deported by ICE. This summer, as she entered the later stages of this pregnancy amid the Trump administration's turbocharged immigration enforcement, ruling out your constitutional rights, Jacqueline found herself so fearful of becoming detained that she avoided leaving her home. Her husband's car sits in the driveway, but there are no signs of him in the small room Jacqueline shares with her daughter. His belongings, tools, clothes, even personal photos are with him in Guatemala. Early in her pregnancy, she received free care at a local clinic. Shortly after her husband's detention, she called the office to let them know she likely would not make her next appointment. Quote, I told them that I probably would not be able to make my appointments anymore. Why? Well, because I'm really afraid given what happened to my husband, end quote. So here's the immigration crackdown reality. It creates fear. It creates hesitation to utilize services you have available to you. And it creates dire complications with pregnancies. In Denver, OBGYN, Dr. Rebecca Cohen has delivered multiple babies this year for women who have told her that because they fear endangering themselves or their families, they have decided to receive no parental care at all, out of fear that the parental care would result in a worse outcome. Several have given birth to babies with fatal fetal abnormalities that were never diagnosed because they did not receive the prenatal ultrasounds that are now standard. Okay, before I continue, for MAGA, for conservatives, Republicans, that debated for decades that they were in fact the gatekeepers of the pro-life revolution because of unborn children. You waxed poetic, called others hypocrites, and even labeled women who sought a medical option with their body murderers. But you are silent here, proving where your heart was in the first place. Now, I encourage you to think about this. I encourage you to understand the context beyond the politics. The policy leads to a destruction of not only our rights by proxy if not checked properly, but also the unborn if you care so much about it. There's more. A comment from another doctor. We're going to the medical profession. Dr. Daisy Leon Martinez, a maternal fetal medicine specialist in San Francisco, said she now, on a regular basis, cares for patients in her labor and delivery ward who have been transferred to her hospital because of the newly developed pregnancy complications. It has now become a medical epidemic. These are often their first doctor's visits since becoming pregnant. Many of those patients have now told her that they do not want to seek prenatal care for fear of encountering immigration officials. In D.C., an increase of ICE raids is causing child care workers to fear leaving their homes as well. Trump has deployed the National Guard and a wave of U.S. immigration and customs enforcement agents into the district. ICE arrests have increased tenfold. The situation has thrust the Latinas who hold up the nation's child care sector into a perpetual state of panic. Nationwide, about 1 in 5 child care workers are immigrants. But in D.C., it's closer to 40%. About 7% nationally lack permanent legal status. Nearly all are women. And the administration cares not. Thalia, a teacher. She teaches at a daycare, said her coworkers have stopped coming to work. They're already underpaid and overworked. Now they have this. It's all the staff talks about during their lunchtime conversation. When she rides the metro into work, she looks over her shoulder for the ICE agents. The face is covered, well, often at the exits. Quote, "They are hunting us," end quote, she said. Sad, isn't it? We know throughout history that evil people will do evil things. Or let's say it this way. People that don't mean you benefit will operate in a way that will not benefit you. But the part of that makes it even worse are those who say that they are friends and allies and they love humanity, sit back and not say anything. That's the part. Sometimes you need a villain to realize that you are a hero. Sometimes you need that polarity. You have it. Whatever your reason to get into the fight, you got it now. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
Look, it's time for us to just admit it. And that includes these good, well-intentioned people that you talked about who go to church on Sunday and they're just so Christian and they just love life. They don't love all life. They don't love life that perhaps doesn't speak the same language or is as brown as I am and you are, Doc. And that's just a fact that we have to come to terms with. I know it's ugly and there's a lot of people that it makes them uncomfortable to say these things, but we have to just say it, okay? The facts are right in front of us. And I prefer to keep my eyes wide open. I just want to keep my eyes open and acknowledge the truth. And then, and only then, can we try to do better if you're so inclined.
There you go. There's a pattern. There's a pattern nationally. There's a pattern internally, individually. But the first step to overcoming an adverse pattern is acknowledging that one exists. That's the first step. So I'm encouraging anyone who supported Trump or had an inclination to do so to understand that everyone's made a mistake of who they've supported in politics before. Don't down that hill. That's not the winning argument. The winning argument are the people you love and who love you.